superiority coins a diabolical counterfeiting scheme. There's only one man, dog, for the case. Sherlock Hound is on his trail. Next.
Coming up next, Alphabet City, the most dangerous neighborhood in New York. One man rules it until the mob moves in to take it over. Next.
Coming up next, a CIA agent is on the trail of terrorists who murdered his lover. John Savage is the amateur. Next on HBO. America Undercover takes a provocative look at being homosexual. 7 profiles of men and women who've made a controversial choice. Next. America Undercover explores the real-life drama of 5 American guns. 5 people whose handguns changed their lives the moment they pulled the trigger. Next. Doctors in action, victims in crisis. Coming up, a real-life hospital drama that shows it like it is. Life or death in the emergency room. Next.
There's no place like HBO.
The drug of the 80s is a $50 billion a year business. HBO's investigative series explores the nightmare of cocaine. Next.
A documentary about the upper-middle-class suburbia, a perfect family in the early 70s into an American family revisited, the Louds 10 years later.
Watch the mud fly as politicians slug it out in political TV commercials. They're always funny and sometimes unusual. And if I'm elected, next.
Coming up, nothing as sacred as Monty Python's Flying Circus deliver their favorite sketches in And Now for Something Completely Different. Next. What happens when a girl finds out she's Anna to the infinite power? A charming science fiction drama. Next.
Comics to stage to screen, this little orphan has touched the hearts of everyone along the way. It's Annie, and it's only on HBO. Next.
Coming up, a brutally honest film about young street toughs behind bars. In this world of bad boys, vengeance is the only law. Sean Penn stars. Next.
Next, Sean Penn rises to the top of the heap in a juvenile correctional prison for Bad Boys, a powerful drama. Next on HBO.
Coming up next, rock with the pioneers of the California sound and roll with the good vibrations of the Beach Boys in concert. Next on HBO.
Coming up next, just for you, a special holiday episode of Fraggle Rock. And it's time for The Bells of Fraggle Rock, next on HBO.
There's a secret Valentine card signed Honey Bear, and you can find out who's sending it in the Berenstein Bears comic Valentine, next on HBO.
Burt Reynolds and Goldie Hawn are lovers who find that marrying your best friend may take all the romance out of the relationship. A comic look at commitment. Best Friends.
Dolly Parton is running the Chicken Ranch, and Burt Reynolds is the county sheriff of Landville, the premiere of the musical comedy, The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. Next.
play the best of Braingames, the toughest teasers from HBO's animated series, and catch the winning riddles, too, coming up next.
Premiering next, two sisters became best friends after the life of Altogether. Elizabeth Taylor and Carol Burnett star in the HBO premiere film, Between Friends, next.
Here and Michael Caine go beyond the limit in the action-packed story of South of the Border Intrigue, next on HBO.
From the East comes a new master of the martial arts, Jackie Chan, and he's going west for the Big Brawl, a Texas-style free-for-all, next.
Jack is threatened by vicious bigots. His hard-won beliefs are pushed to the limit, next.
Next, it's standing room only for the Piano Man, the master singer, songwriter, and storyteller. It's Billy Joel in concert, a television first. Next.
And Michael Caine raising Caine in this romantic comedy, next on HBO. Next on HBO, Michael Caine and Joseph Bologna join February's Festival of Stars by raising Caine in Rio. And we don't mean sugar. Don't blame it on them, the heat, or the beach. Blame it on Rio.
A police inspector is caught in the web of obsession, jealousy, and murder. Donald Sutherland stars in the shocking story of blood relatives, next.
There's fun in the outfield when a woman dares to try for a place on a big league baseball team. It's Blue Skies again, next on HBO.
Next, it was 75 years ago that disaster closed the silver mine. Now the mine has reopened and disaster strikes again. Beware of the Boogens, next on HBO.
Coming up, why just watch TV when you can play it too? Take time to sharpen your mind on the Brain Games, coming up next on HBO.
Play along with HBO's intriguing series, Braingames. It's challenging, it's fun, it's fascinating. Braingames, next on HBO.
Brainstorm, the sci-fi thriller that shatters the limits of human experience, starring Christopher Walken and Natalie Wood in her final film role. Next.
Brainstorm, the sci-fi thriller that shatters the limits of human experience, starring Christopher Walken and Natalie Wood in her final film role. Next.
Next, Tony Curtis is a demented doctor whose experimental brain operations are causing nightmares for his unsuspecting patients. Vera Miles co-stars in Brainwaves. Next.
Next, a plot to assassinate Hitler throws a despondent Nazi sergeant into the real horrors of war. Richard Burton in Breakthrough. Next.
Next, sex symbol Richard Gere sacrifices everything for love. He's on the run, wanted for murder, and his escapades will leave you breathless.
Next on HBO, Richard Dreyfuss and Susan Sarandon join February's Festival of Stars in the on-again, off-again winning comedy, The Buddy System. Watch the sparks fly in the wrong direction in this romantic comedy.
A torch singer is stranded and a romantic cowboy jumps for joy. A sexy HBO theater smash, Bus Stop, starring Margot Kidder and Tim Matheson. Next. He's
back with his own unique brand of comedy, pointing out life's little absurdities. He's George Carlin, taped live at Carnegie Hall, next on HBO. Next on HBO, a horrifying family secret is unleashed as the seductive cat people stalk their innocent victims. Next.
Next on HBO, a horrifying family secret is unleashed as the seductive cat people stalk their innocent victims. Next.
The Neanderthals have a new leader, and all their worries are over. Or are they? Ringo stars in the prehistoric spoof Caveman, next.
Get into the headline stories about Dick Cavett's television career has defined excellence in the interview format of Cavett Behind the Scenes. Next.
Champions, an HBO sleeper. The true story of a top racing jockey stricken with cancer and an injured thoroughbred, and how they both become winners again.
Hell hath no fury like Christine. She's very beautiful and very deadly. Look out for the Stephen King chiller, next on HBO.
Next, the breathtaking adventures of a martial artist in search of knowledge. David Carradine, Christopher Lee, and Eli Wallach in Circle of Iron. Next on HBO.
A prep school student falls for an older woman, and he thinks he's got it made, until he finds out who the woman really is. Jacqueline Bissett in Class. Next on HBO.
In the early winter, the heavy snow came after stranding them during winter in the 1920s Adirondacks. Cold River, next.
A thrilling tale of the supernatural and political intrigue. George Siegel stars in the HBO premiere films presentation of The Cold Room. Next.
It is about the friendship between two 13-year-old boys, one black and one white, in a small town. It's The Color of Friendship is next.
What's this? Comedy videos? Yep, right here on HBO. Mel Brooks and other manic madmen bring you moments to remember. Next.
It's not science fiction. It's based on facts. What could actually happen that would start a nuclear war? An HBO original drama. Countdown to Looking Glass. Next.
It's not science fiction. It's based on facts. What could actually happen that would start a nuclear war? An HBO original drama. Countdown to Looking Glass. Next. Coming up next, Jerry Lewis has a field day as the klutz who tries everything from ice skating to cracking up on HBO. HBO Rock presents Culture Club in Concert, an HB only that defies description, with the band that defies tradition. Next.
Coming up, a knockout concert by one of the hottest and most innovative bands in rock today. Enjoy Boy George and Culture Club, next on HBO.
Coming up next on HBO. For all you Looney Tuners, it's Fun in the Sun with Daffy Duck's movie, Fantastic Island, next.
Peter Fonda and Deborah Raffin set off into the jungle to find the unknown, but the unknown finds them first in Dance of the Dwarfs, next. Peter Fonda and Deborah Raffin set off into the jungle to find the unknown, but the unknown finds them first in Dance of the Dwarfs, next.
Their parents were tried and executed for treason. Now the daughter faces life alone, and the son searches for truth. Timothy Hutton is Daniel, next on HBO.
A sensational recording team, Daryl Hall and John Oates, in concert. Get set for HBO Rock, coming up next.
Next, he's more than a concert. He's David Bowie, Serious Moonlight, the international superstar in a landmark television event. Next.
Next on HBO, the delightful animated adventures of a famous young boy. His name is David Copperfield. Meet him and his classic character friends next.
Contaminated food causes rats to grow to monstrous size, and now they're on the loose. Can the city survive? Deadly Eyes is next on HBO.
There's no place like HBO.
Chevy Chase is a gun runner mixed up in murder. Sigourney Weaver wants to stop him, but they're both gonna make the deal of the century. Next.
Bronson is back as the urban vigilante dispensing justice for all with an automatic. Jill Ireland co-stars in Death Wish 2.
Next, you'll find there's nothing better than being stuck indoors on a rainy day, especially when the Cat in the Hat comes to play. Next.
Coming up next, an attempted bank robbery erupts into a 12-hour siege. And for Al Pacino, it's a dog day afternoon. Charles Durning co-stars.
Coming up next, it's the classic tale of a poor boy and his pup up against hard times. A Dog of Flanders. Family Fare next on HBO.
The HBO Summer Music Festival welcomes the superstar with the super heart, Dolly Parton, in concert for her first television performance. Next.
HBO presents a super lady with a terrific concert taped in London. For the first time on television, enjoy the music of Dolly Parton.
When a kid's mother runs for Congress, it can change a few things. But Brian's determined to set matters straight with a campaign of his own. Next on HBO.
She's the perfect complement to a hot summer night. HBO rocks with Donna Summer, working hard for the money to the last dance. Coming up next.
Coming up next, Angie Dickinson and Michael Caine are dressed to kill in Brian De Palma's murderous blend of sensuality and suspense. Next.
Stick around, because the Easter Bunny is coming to town to tell us how he invented our favorite Easter traditions. Join Fred Astaire for this musical tale next.
Coming up, actor-comedian John Candy is your on-location host for the 8th Annual Young Comedian Show, and HBO only, next.
Next, HBO celebrates the anniversary of a king's birthday, his 50th. Elvis, One Night with You, an exclusive intimate performance.
From Jim Henson's Muppets comes Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas, a traditional HBO family special, a captivating story of love and friendship, next.
It's music history in the making when this legendary duo reunite for the first time in 10 years. Taped in London, the Everly Brothers reunion concert is next. An epic adventure of 19th century India. Ben Cross, Amy Irving, John Gielgud. Part 1 of The Far Pavilions, an HBO Premiere Films event. Next.
They're mismatched, mixed up, and maybe perfect. Mary Tyler Moore and Robert Preston star in Finnegan Begin Again, an HBO premiere film. Next.
Eastwood hits off of the action techno thriller about devised to steal a highly advanced Soviet fighter aircraft and takes of the Firefox next.
Sylvester Stallone is a one-man army battling a town that pushed him to first blood, and this time he's fighting for his life. Next.
Two college students find their first love tempered with happiness and heartache in this warm, romantic drama. William Catt and Susan Day star. Next.
Sean Connery is a mountain climbing trip in the romantic drama film about the man who a place where they could be lovers. 5 Days, One Summer, next.
Next, the temporary home of the Noonan Country Club was ravaged by fire after the flashback, Fire at the Coconut Grove. Stay tuned for a location. Next.
Detective Nick Nolte teams up with convict Eddie Murphy to bust a gang of cop killers. It's action and laughs in 48 hours. Next on HBO.
Next on HBO, Eddie Murphy and Nick Nolte join February's Festival of Stars in the uproarious crime adventure 48 Hours. Two explosive characters in one powerhouse drama. Next.
She was an aristocrat, he was a Jew. And in Nazi Germany, their love was forbidden. Jacqueline Bisset stars in a true story from HBO Premiere Films.
They were four friends facing the turbulent 60s with maturity, passion, and a zest for life. Four Friends, next on HBO.
Next, if it's a gaggle of fun, music, and laughs you're looking for, you're at the right place. Come on down to Fraggle Rock, next on HBO.
Next, join Moki, Boober, Red, Wembley, Marjorie, the Gorgs, Uncle Traveling Mac. Where? Down at Fraggle Rock, next on HBO.
Coming Coming up next, the all-new adventures of Moki, Boober, Red, Wembley, the Gorgs, the Doozers, and all the other delightful inhabitants down at Fraggle Rock. Next.
Join the gang down at Fraggle Rock and find out what's new among the Doozers, Fraggles, and Gorgs. It's Muppet Fun, next on HBO.
Next, what's more fun than a barrel of monkeys? A gaggle of Fraggles, of course. And you can catch them down in Jim Henson's Fraggle Rock, next on HBO.
What's more fun than a barrel of monkeys? A gaggle of Fraggles. And you can catch them down in Jim Henson's Fraggle Rock, next.
Next, what's more fun than a barrel of monkeys? A gaggle of Fraggles, of course. And you can catch them down at Jim Henson's Fraggle Rock, next on HBO.
Come on down for fun, music, and laughs with Red, Gobo, Moki, the Gorgs. Well, they're all waiting for you down in Fraggle Rock, next on HBO.
Zap, another summer camp filled with terror and intrigue. It's Friday the 13th, so beware. Coming up next on HBO.
From Gracie to playing God. Find out why George Burns has been making America laugh for over half a century when HBO presents him in his standing room only concert. Next.
An Animal Fox, The Lives of Flep and Layla, two foxes living in northern Japan. First, a documentary serves of the animal reveals of the glacier fox. Next.
Coming up next, from the Busby Berkeley Spectaculars to Elvis's Bumps and Grinds, it's Pretty High Steppin' through Hollywood's magical musicals. Next.
Next on HBO, a teenager from the north moves into his grandmother's house in the south. An emotion-charged family drama, The Grandbaby.
Ryan O'Neal is the American engineer. After the while drifting through Mexico until heading fighting streams, Ann Archer and Omar Sharif co-star in Green Ice. Next.
Next, a most unathletic fellow falls for the school's star soccer player. A blonde beauty he dreams will become Gregory's girl. Next.
For an American in a Russian gulag, the only challenge is survival. The only hope, an impossible escape. David Keith and Malcolm McDowell co-star.
Next, Melissa Thunderworth and Beck Bennett star in a superhero showdown, Hamster and Gretel, the movie, right here on HBO.
A touching recreation of what might have been if a country legend had lived a little longer. Sneezy Waters is Hank Williams in the show he never gave. Next.
The last member of Butch Cassidy's gang is still at large, and a U.S. Marshal wants him dead or alive. Bruce Dern is Harry Tracy, next on HBO.
If you like inside stories, we've got just the show. Dan Ingram hosts your video program guide to great movies, sports, and specials on HBO. Next.
Coming up, Dan Ingram hosts HBO Coming Attractions, your video program guide to all the great movies, sports, and specials on HBO. Stay tuned.
If you like coming attractions, we've got just the show. Dan Ingram hosts your video program guide to great movies, sports, and specials on HBO. Next.
Coming up, Dan Ingram hosts HBO Coming Attractions, your video program guide to all the great movies, sports, and specials on HBO. Stay tuned.
What better way to curl up and find out what's in store for you this month on HBO? Sneak a peek at HBO's Coming Attractions. Next.
Take a peek at what's happening on HBO. Dan Ingram's got some exciting clips from our movies, sports, and specials. It's our own Coming Attractions. Next.
The California Gold Rush provides the background for an unusual and original family playhouse drama, Tucker and the Horse Thief, next on HBO.
Carol Burnett and Amy Madigan star in Robert Altman's The Laundromat, an HBO original drama about a chance meeting that saves a life. Next. Coming up next, HBO Rock.
A gutsy drifter and a mixed-up mother-to-be form an unlikely alliance against the little heartaches of life and love. Margot Kidder stars. Next.
State-of-the-art animation and music by Black Sabbath, Cheap Trick, and more tell a 5-part tale of good versus evil. Heavy metal. Next.
Coming up, Tom Selleck and Bess Armstrong take the high road to China for action, adventure, and intrigue. Next on HBO.
A high school teacher finds himself fatefully tempted when a beautiful student enrolls in his class. And If We Dream, next on The Hitchhiker.
Next, when the hitchhiker comes to town, strange things begin to happen. Thrilling adult drama tinged with suspense. The Hitchhiker, next on HBO.
A rich playboy and his beautiful companion play a deadly game of cat and mouse. The real mystery begins when the hitchhiker appears. Next on HBO.
Next, what's it really take to win an Oscar? A behind-the-scenes look at the Academy Awards and the Hollywood frenzy behind them. Next on HBO.
Next on HBO, Burt Reynolds is a Hollywood stuntman who's driving in the fast and funny lane. His friends call him Hooper.
Coming up, Hot Dog, the movie where wild and crazy skiers scar the slopes by day and spill into their co-ed hot tubs by night. Next.
David Bowie and Catherine Deneuve star in a modern, sexy, and very deadly vampire tale. The Hunger is next on HBO.
Coming up, a modern-day bounty hunter tracks down fugitives from justice. Steve McQueen triumphs in his last role as the Hunter. Next.
In 1920s, an American painter and a Navy captain getting surviving innocent sanctioned governor of the island, Jason Robards, Mia Farrow in Hurricane, next.
Next, when his best friend is murdered, Mike Hammer sets out to do justice his way. I, the Jury.
Coming up next, a young woman's attempt to escape from life in a small town may be her last chance. Independence Day, next on HBO.
Larry Merchant, Barry Tompkins, and Sugar Ray Leonard take you inside boxing for a behind-the-scenes look at what's happening in and outside the ring. Next.
Len Dawson and Nick Bonaconti, your HBO sports experts. Join them for another informative and exciting chapter of Inside the NFL. Next.
Catch all the excitement of this week's pro football action as Len Dawson and Nick Bonaconti take you inside the NFL. Next on HBO. Just ahead, Len Dawson and Nick Bonaconti bring you all the news from the gridiron. It's the place to be for scores, highlights, and the latest action inside the NFL.
It's the 8th exciting season for cable's most successful sports series. Stay tuned for football's finest hour on Inside the NFL.
NFL action highlights, analysis, and predictions as Len Dawson and Nick Bonaconti look inside the NFL. Next on HBO.
This time for this happening of this American comedy documentary film, compiling clips with Dan Aykroyd, John Candy, and Cheech Marin. It Came from Hollywood. Next.
Next, the same all penguins has the same of always penguins before the little polar guys are discover it all. It's hard to be a penguin. Next.
Bungling crooks come up with a kidnapping scheme that sets back their profession by at least 100 years. Gary Coleman, Don Adams, and Ruth Gordon in Jimmy the Kid. Next.
Coming up next, country music's Entertainer of the Year in a hit-filled HBO exclusive. Kenny Rogers live in concert. Next.
Kidco, an 11-year-old with big dreams about big business and big bucks. Join this ambitious youngster in a clever offbeat comedy next on HBO.
A young man's death leads his parents on a nightmare of bureaucratic red tape. Stay tuned as they unravel the secret behind the killing of Randy Webster.
Hark back to the days of the Roaring '20s, the days of flappers and gangsters, mobsters and gamblers. It's all part of the underworld down under in Kitty and the Bagman. Next.
Next on HBO, Tom Selleck joins February's Festival of Stars as he portrays Nick Lassiter, London's notorious cat burglar, capturing the hearts of beautiful women. Lassiter, next.
Next, the last American virgin is a lovesick teenager named Gary, whose best friend is about to steal away the girl of his dreams. Next on HBO.
From the 1950s, the original teen group are considered after The Right Move one of their rebellious candidate, The Last American Virgin, Next.
What was it like to be growing up black in a southern town in the 1930s? Gordon Parks' nostalgic vision of the learning tree is next on HBO.
A man flees civilization in the 1830s to live in the wilderness among wild animals in this documentary film of the legend of the wild, coming up next.
Coming up next, follow the White Rabbit into a world of fun and fantasy in Lewis Carroll's Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. Next.
Next on HBO, a young couple find out too late about a family secret that will haunt them forever. Liar's Moon, next.
Next, the acclaimed Life on Earth series continues with a visit to Australia's Great Barrier Reef. Building Bodies probes for clues to the genesis of marine life.
Next on HBO, explore life in all its myriad forms in HBO's fascinating nature series, Life on Earth, The Infinite Variety.
What's new? Linda Ronstadt in concert with the Nelson Riddle Orchestra, a lush performance of the big band classics from Linda's Platinum album. Next.
Coming up next, a young TV director finds it difficult to keep his marriage vows. Tim Matheson stars in A Little Sex. Next.
Coming up, Chuck Norris proves his fighting skills against David Carradine in an action-packed gun-running drama, Lone Wolf McQuade. Next.
Steve Martin settles for puppy love in The Lonely Guy, an irreverent offbeat comedy with Charles Grodin, another lonely guy. Next on HBO.
Next on HBO, Steve Martin and Judith Ivey join February's Festival of Stars, both of them learning the ropes in the offbeat comedy The Lonely Guy. But which one of them will really admit to falling back in love? Catch it next.
Pia Zadora is the lonely lady, sleeping her way to success as a screenwriter, based on the steamy bestseller by Harold Robbins. Next.
Next on HBO, some fun-loving kids take a joyride across the border and make losing it an experience you'll never forget. Next.
Next, Gregory Peck turns legend into man as he portrays the most controversial war hero of our time, MacArthur. Next on HBO.
A young husband comes to grips with his sexual identity in a compelling drama. Kate Jackson and Michael Onkeen learn the heartaches in making love. Next.
Kirk Douglas stars in The Man from Snowy River, an epic adventure of one orphan's dramatic transition into manhood. Next on HBO.
Next, Steve Martin is the flaky man with two brains, and one of them has everything he ever wanted in a woman. The perfect mind in the perfect body. Next. Coming up, Rock with the Men at Work, the Down Under group playing all their hits on a concert stop in San Francisco. Next on HBO.
future in the farthest outpost of the universe. But beware of the Cyclops in Metal Storm, the destruction of Jared Sin. Next.
Coming up, an adventure for the family based on a popular children's book, Misty, the heartwarming tale of... An expedition from Earth to the Moon in search of a talisman of eternal life encounters resistance from an army of mad moon men. Family adventure, next.
Coming up next, an extraordinary mouse and his son have a series of adventure in the pursuit after the extraordinary adventures of the mouse and his child.
Coming up next, Murder, No Apparent Motive. A penetrating documentary that studies true stories in America Undercover on HBO.
He's a swashbuckling matinee idol with an off-screen talent for trouble. Peter O'Toole puts the boozy fun in My Favorite Year, next on HBO.
Coming up, an extraordinary film of those elusive giants of the deep, The Great Whales, a National Geographic special next on HBO.
A comedy classic returns as John Belushi and his zonked-out fraternity brothers fill National Lampoon's Animal House to overflowing. Enjoy the laughs, next.
An ex-cop attempts to rescue his daughter, but when the police turn against him, the hunter becomes the hunted. On the Night of the Juggler, next on HBO.
Henry Winkler is the morgue attendant who turns a graveyard shift into a lively business of ladies for hire. Shelley Long co-stars, next on HBO.
Oh, those little devils. Here's the Not Necessarily the News team taking on television, including HBO. It's Not Necessarily Television. Next.
Next, something special from the Not Necessarily the News team. An appreciation of the art of cinema. Well, not necessarily. It's not necessarily the movies. Next.
It's not exactly the news. It might even be better than the news. And maybe that's because it's not necessarily the news. Next.
Next on HBO, the funniest, the zaniest, the most irreverent show about the way it is today. It's not necessarily the news. Next.
When the big stories break, our team will be there to fix them. Catch the latest edition of HBO's smash comedy series, Not Necessarily the News. Next.
Coming up next on HBO, Not Necessarily the News, uniquely qualified to bring the funny side of the world to you. Next.
Nothing is sacred when the Not Necessarily the News team goes on the air. Stay tuned. The 11th edition of HBO's popular comedy series is next.
Next, it's the show that puts world affairs and comedy in proper perspective. Laugh at it all with Not Necessarily the News next on HBO. Next is Nothing Sacred, not when it's not necessarily the news. Uniquely qualified to make you laugh. HBO's hit comedy series next.
something sacred when the Not Necessarily the News team is on the air. HBO's irreverent comedy series is next, so stay tuned.
Not necessarily, but probably next on HBO. The news team that gives you what other news shows can't. Laughter. Not necessarily the news. Next.
Next, it's the award-winning HBO comedy series, I repeat, not necessarily the news. An offbeat look at the news, next on HBO.
Coming up, lots of laughs as Not Necessarily the News goes to press with an extra edition of comedy that parodies this summer's Olympic Games. Next.
Next, Olympic skaters JoJo Starbuck and Dorothy Hamill in the stunningly beautiful Christmas classic, The Nutcracker, a fantasy on ice. Next.
Next, a kung fu master is drawn into mortal battle with a terrorist cult of ninja killers. Chuck Norris penetrates the dreaded octagon in a chopsaki thriller. Bond is back as debonair 007 risks an all-time high with sultry Octopussy to foil a mad scheme for global chaos. Next.
Before anyone knew what was happening, the terror had already begun. Of unknown origin, it haunts our cities looking to scare us to death. Soon after her death, a middle-aged lawyer's wife reappears. Edward Asner, Marion Hartley, and Jodie Foster star in the haunting story of O'Hara's Wife. Next. God and man are reunited as George Burns does an almighty encore in Oh God, Book 2, advertising his heavenly appeal with another earthly appearance. Next.
The singer, the fabulous, and the greatest star in this music event of Olivia Newton-John is on your way on HBO before it's getting shine. Next.
For every blessing, there is a curse. For every evil, there is an omen. Gregory Peck and Lee Remick co-star in a horror classic. Next.
Now go on location with Joe Piscopo and guest star Eddie Murphy. They've got some unique comedy routines that'll keep you laughing. The Joe Piscopo special is next.
Next, a killer whale seeks revenge. It's up to Richard Harris to stop the death-defying creature, Orca, next on HBO.
One of your best friends could be a Soviet agent. What would you do? Rutger Hauer and Burt Lancaster star in the action thriller The Osterman Weekend. Next.
Next, greasers and rich kids clash in Tulsa, Oklahoma in the 60s. Matt Dillon and Tom Cruise star in Francis Ford Coppola's The Outsiders. Next.
Over here, Mr. President, a brand new HBO comedy exclusive that exposes the funnier side of the presidency, politics, and the press. Next.
Coming up, everyone's favorite bear is about to see Gene Kelly. Paddington Goes to the Movies, a charming story, next on HBO.
Next, one's straight, the other's gay. They're both cops. Can they solve a murder and be happy together? Ryan O'Neal and John Hurt are partners. Next.
She's rock's leading lady of the 80s, one of the most powerful voices in music today. Catch the sizzling sounds of Pat Benatar, next on HBO.
Marlowe himself is a key suspect when a city official is bumped off. But who is the finger man? Powers Booth as Philip Marlowe, Private Eye, next.
The King in Yellow. The number one with a bullet, it seems, when Phil discovers the murder wind singer before the case is all wrapped in. Philip Marlowe, Private Eye.
Welcome home, Norman. After 22 years in a mental ward, the murderer comes home to Mother. Hitchcock's classic continues. Psycho 2, next.
Next on HBO, Anthony Perkins joins February's Festival of Stars as Norman Bates. He's fixing up the Bates Motel. Here's your chance to reserve a head for Psycho 2. Next.
In a land at war, they found friendship. In a climate of fear, they found love. Cheryl Ladd, Ken Wall, Purple Hearts, and HBO Sleeper, next.
Harrison Ford stars as the superhero Indiana Jones in the sensational Steven Spielberg smash Raiders of the Lost Ark, next on HBO.
Next, America's Best Loved Clown returns for the third time with more music, mime, and comedy for the whole family. It's Red Skelton's Funny Faces 3, next.
America's Best Loved Clown returns for the third time with more music, mime, and comedy meant for the whole family. It's Red Skelton's Funny Faces 3.
Tom Conti is the lusty poet with a one-track mind and a mixed-up life he just can't get to rhyme in the offbeat comedy Reuben Reuben, next.
The deadly medieval Japanese art of the ninja clashes with the even more deadly methods of the underworld in Revenge of the Ninja, next on HBO. There's something funny going on in Sherwood Forest, and one man is responsible. It's Rich Little's Robin Hood, stealing from the rich and hiding from the poor. Next.
Next, America's True Comic Genius is back and funnier than ever. Get ready for Richard Pryor on Sunset Strip, next on HBO.
Michael York is the yachtsman who braves treacherous waters to foil a German invasion in 1901 in the spy thriller The Riddle of the Sands, next.
Next on HBO, a rousing tribute to America's first astronauts. One grand and glorious movie, The Right Stuff, with an all-star cast. Next.
Coming up next on HBO, the fight of the century, the fight of his life. Sylvester Stallone in Rocky III. Next.
Next, Michael Douglas and Kathleen Turner are living in the island and travel the jungle while eluding in mayhem before they Romancing the Stone is next.
Playwrights Dudley Moore and Mary Steenburgen find their most successful collaboration is their own love story in romantic comedy. Next.
Robbie Benson is running brave as Billy Mills, the American Indian who surmounted impossible odds to compete in the '64 Tokyo Olympics. Next.
Next, Al Pacino is Scarface. For one brief moment, he owned the underworld. His method was murder. His madness was power. A film by Brian De Palma.
A young unmarried lawyer finds herself in a family way and having second thoughts. Lucy Arnaz, Craig Wasson, and Ken Howard star.
When a lady attorney gets romantically involved with a street musician, someone has second thoughts. Is it Lucy Arnaz or Craig Wasson? Catch the fun next.
Danny is Kay Lossell as James Thurber's most endearing and durable dreamer. Enjoy The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. Next.
Coming up, HBO Rock with the magic of Sheena Easton in concert, casting her Grammy Award-winning spell at Hollywood's Palace Theater. Next on HBO.
Join Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson as they try to recover some valuable family gems in The Sign of 4. Next on HBO.
Next, the game's afoot, and the sign points to a bizarre murder, international intrigue, and stolen gems. Sherlock Holmes is on the case of The Sign of 4. Next.
Make way for the Gooseberries, the all-American family that turns situation comedy upside down in HBO's very own sitcom. Next.
Coming up next, Kenny Rogers and 6 car-stripping but lovable orphans win the race right to your heart. Six Pack, next on HBO.
In the short time they had together, they found memories to last a lifetime. Dudley Moore married Tyler Moore. 6 weeks. Next.
Meryl Streep in her Oscar-winning role of a woman haunted by her past, haunted by a choice she was forced to make. Sophie's Choice. Next.
Unless the wee ones can recover her stolen wand, the special magic of herself, the elf, is lost to nature. It's an animated fantasy for the very young. Next. Daryl Hannah and John Candy star in a smash comedy directed by Ron Howard. Splash, a fantastic tale about a fantastic tale. Next.
Next, the universe is torn apart by the ultimate vow of revenge. Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. Next on HBO.
Next, a boy, a girl, and a galaxy far, far away. George Lucas' timeless masterpiece, Star Wars. Next.
From the best-selling master of horror, Stephen King, comes a nightmare haunting a Nebraska cornfield. Beware the children of the corn. Next.
Next, HBO begins a week of 5 storybook classics with the adventures of Charles Dickens' David Copperfield. Family fun, next on HBO.
Make way for the strange invaders. They've been studying Earthlings, and they're not quite through. Paul Lamatt and Nancy Allen star in this bizarre thriller. Next.
Next, Burt Reynolds and Lonnie Anderson. A stock car racer meets a beautiful blonde in the action comedy Stroker Ace. Next on HBO.
Clint Eastwood's back as Dirty Harry, a cop who believes the punishment should always fit the crime. Sudden impact. It'll make your day. Next on HBO.
Sugar Ray is on your way on HBO for the getaway sports of other team with All Anytime with the All-Stars until the Phil original Anytime. Next.
Coming up next, Christopher Reeve, the Man of Steel. Richard Pryor, the computer whiz. It's high-tech all the way with Superman 3. Next.
Christopher Reeve is the Man of Steel. Richard Pryor is the computer whiz. The high-tech adventure continues with Superman 3. Next on HBO.
When John Voight suddenly becomes a single parent, he finds himself in a custody battle with the kid's stepfather. It's Table for Five, next on HBO. Coming up, you can cut the tension with a knife when Charles Bronson pursues a killer on the prowl in 10 to Midnight, next.
Rob Reiner and Christopher Guest concoct a wacky spoof of as motley a heavy metal crew as never was. This is Spinal Tap. Next.
Fascinating drama with Donald Sutherland as a world-famous heart surgeon who defies medical history by successfully creating an artificial heart. Threshold, next.
A young boy fascinated by history, particularly that of ancient Greece, and having become obsessed, John Cleese and Sean Connery in Time Bandits. Next.
A rider is the well-known dirt bike motorcycle racer who is in the desert. Fred Ward and Peter Coyote in Time Rider, The Adventure of Lyle Swan. Next.
Two unlikely lovers come face to face with a rocky affair, plagued by doubts and fears. Robert Hayes, Kathleen Beller, Touched, next on HBO.
Doubles as a country western warrior in a devastating and brutal drama starring Dennis Quaid and Warren Oates. Tough Enough, next on HBO.
A talented panther returned as the sequel finds Chief Peter Sellers being summoned to the country Logash to investigate of the trail of the Pink Panther. Next.
What's this? Some mischievous trolls disguise themselves as elves and try to sabotage Christmas. It's the Trolls and the Christmas Express, next on HBO. Tired of playing nothing but oompa in a great orchestra, Tubby the Tuba sets out to find a melody all his own. Animated fun for the kids, next on HBO.
Four of film's brightest directors, including Steven Spielberg, recreate the suspense of Rod Serling's hit TV show in Twilight Zone, the movie. Next. Next on HBO, they're three gorgeous cheerleaders who learn about love, success, and failure in the comedy hit Vanities. Next.
kidnappers find that they are the hostages of terror as a deadly snake slithers among them, waiting to strike with its lethal venom.
She's an out-of-work singer, and so is he. So he convinces her to become a he, who becomes the hit of Gay Paris. Confusing? No, it's Victor Victoria. Next.
Next, it's HBO's non-stop video jukebox featuring big names, hot music, and the best in music videos. It's all yours next on HBO.
It's non-stop music videos from the big hitters on the current charts. Video Jukebox is next on HBO.
For the best in music television, why look anywhere else? We've got top artists like Mick Jagger, Philip Bailey, and more performing their latest hits on Video Jukebox next.
Coming up next, a special holiday edition of your favorite music videos. It's a Video Jukebox Christmas. Next.
Coming up next, finding oil was a dream that became a passion.
Richard Adams' bestseller comes to life in this brilliantly animated tale of man's cruelty to the smaller creatures.
Next, after a paralyzing accident, a young sculptor wants to end his life, but medicine and the law say otherwise, leading Richard Dreyfuss to ask, whose life is it anyway?
Two brothers mourn the pollution of two American rivers, but celebrate the unspoiled beauty of a third, Wild River, a National Geographic special. Next.
In this story of the refers to the national wild of the animals, the mountains and the land of living, National Geographic Special Wild River. Next.
A group of young children become the youngest parents alive when they secretly bring up a baby to keep her from the orphanage. Woodplum, next.
Robin Williams is a straight-up guy, and he becomes interested in the fiction which he seems to be straight out before he becoming untrue love. The World, according to Garp, next. Mel Gibson, Sigourney Weaver, and Oscar winner Linda Hunt are caught up in Indonesia's 65 revolution, the year of living dangerously. Next.
Next, Barbra Streisand, Mandy Patinkin, and Amy Irving. A daring and unusual love story filled with music. Yentl, next on HBO.
A world-renowned opera star falls in love with a beautiful young woman. A romantic musical comedy starring Luciano Pavarotti. Yes, Giorgio.
No medical emergency is too big, or too small, or too strange for young doctors in love. Daphne Coleman stars next.
Next, there's no cure for the laughter once these guys start operating. Young doctors in love will have you in stitches. Next on HBO.
Coming up next, when Scott Baio gets power, everyone else gets zapped at the senior prom. Getting even should always be this much fun. Zap, next.
Next, Burt Lancaster and Peter O'Toole recreate the bitter struggle that rocked the British Empire in Zulu Dawn. next on HBO.